Okay, so this is homework 12. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit different today. I'm gonna have it do it on the iPad. So what I'm drawing on here is what's gonna be up here on the screen. So, um, number one, we'll start number one. Point A is located at negative 9, comma 4, and point B is located at negative 6, comma 8. Using the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, what is the slope of line segment AB? So what I'm going to do, this is kind of what we did last week. So we just got to put the points on top of each other, and then we're just going to find the difference. We're going to subtract. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite point A. Okay, that is negative 9, comma 4. Then we're going to rewrite point B, and that's negative 6, comma negative 8. So remember, once I have it like this is 4 minus negative 8 is what's going to go on top, and then negative 9 minus negative 6. So it would look like this. The y's, what's on top, the x's are on there on the bottom, my denominator. So 4 minus negative 8 is what's on top. And then negative 9 minus negative 6 is what's going to go on the bottom. So negative 9 minus negative 6. You have to have these negatives in here. If not, then it's going to be, you'll come out with the wrong answer. So once I have that, all I got to do is put this in my calculator. So I'm going to do control divide. 4 minus negative 8 on the numerator. Negative 9 minus negative 6 as the denominator. Hit enter. And I'm going to get my answer of negative 4. So this would come out to be negative 4. Zoom out. Okay. So my answer would be negative 4. It will come out to be negative 4 over 1, but the calculator automatically just puts it as negative 4. Alright, that's number one. Okay, number two. What is the equation for the line graphed below? So let me zoom in a little bit on my graph right here. Okay, so here's my line. I need the equation, so y equals mx plus b. Let me write that up here. Y equals mx plus b. That's what it's going to look like. So we need to find our slope, which is m, and we need to find our y-intercept, which is b, lowercase b. So remember, I'm going from the far left point to the next point that's over. So like my points are already here. So when I come from the left, I'm going to get to this point first before I get to this one. So I'm going to go from here to there. So I'm going to put n for slope, because that's what we need to find. So my numerator and my denominator. So in order from this point to get to there, I have to go up. So if I go up, then my point's going to be positive. So I'm going up. I go up 1, 2. Let me do this in a different color. I'm going to do this in red. So I'm going up 2 to get to this line. Make it a little bit bigger. There we go. So there's a 2 there, 1, 2, and then I'm going this way to the right. Okay, let me put that back in black. So going up 1, 2, that is my numerator for my slope. So I put a 2 up here. And I go up, so it's a positive. Now, going to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is my denominator. Okay. So, 2 over 8, I got to simplify that. That simplifies to 1/4. So there is my slope. All I need to do is find my y-intercept. So, the lowercase b. So remember, to find my y-intercept, I'm trying to find where this line crosses my y-axis. I'm again do that in red. That is going to cross right here where my arrow is. Right. Make it a big point. It's going to cross right there. Okay, so what number is that? -1, -2, -3. So my point is going to be, my y-intercept is going to be -3. So now I have these two things I can make my y equals. So y'all did really good with this today. Once I have my m and my lowercase b, y equals 1/4 x. Now it's -3, so I'm going to put -3, or -3, so I'm going to put -3. Okay, so let me zoom out. There we go. Slope and y-intercepts. Alright, number 3, do the coordinates 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, and 0, 5 represent a function. So, in order to be a function, all the x values can only have one y value. So, here, I'm going to circle these in red. I'm looking at my 0, 0, 0, and 0. So like when you're doing that and you're saying, well, these zeros repeat, the x values repeat, that should automatically tell you that it's not a function. So does it represent a function? No. Or if you put not a function. Either one of those would be okay. So these x values, so 0, see 0 goes to 2, 0 also goes to 3, 0 also goes to 4, and it also goes to 5. So okay, number 4. Dominic and Jonathan are competing to see who can raise the most money for new calculators. Dominic is raising 35 cents every day and has already raised $20.50. Jonathan is raising 65 cents every day and has already raised $11.50. So number 4 says to write an equation for when the money raised by Dominic and Jonathan will be equal. So it's an equation, so I'm going to have equal sign between both of these. Number 5 says to solve it. So we'll kind of do these together. I'm going to put the equation up here, and then I'll kind of solve it going down. So first thing I need from Dominic. Okay, I'm going to look at Dominic first. I'm going to put a P for Dominic. Let me make that in black. Okay, Dominic. So it says that he's raising 35 cents every day and has already raised $20.50. So I need a variable and a constant for Dominic. So how much is he raising every day? He's raising 35 cents every day. So that's what is going to go with the variable. That's what the variable is going to go with. It's not going to go with $20.50 because that's what he's already raised. Y'all are getting pretty good at this. So I'm kind of impressed on how good y'all do setting up these equations with what the variable goes with which number. So let me zoom in. Dominic is 0.35x. And he's already raised $20.50. So that's my constant. $20.50. Decimal a little bit darker. Okay, now we go to Jonathan. We need to find out what Jonathan does. So Jonathan, we need a variable and a constant for Jonathan. Jonathan's raising 65 cents every day. So 65 cents x, and his constant, he's already raised $11.50. Okay, so once I have these two, I can go ahead and set up my equation. Zoom in some. Okay, I can set up the equation. This plus that is equal to this variable plus the constant. So like I said, I'm going to do that over here. Let's zoom in some. Okay, so we have 35 cents. X plus 2050. And that is equal to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to see if it'll be easier for me to just put this on the board, so that way you can see how I get that. Okay, yeah, so we'll do it this way. So I have 35 cents X plus $20.50 equals 65 cents X plus $11.50. Alright, so I have variables on both sides. So what I'm trying to do, I need to get my variables on this side. I like to have them on the left side. So I'm going to circle in red my like terms with the variables. I got that. And I got this. There we go. So I have to find the inverse of 65 cents X. So it's going to be minus 65 cents X, and I'm going to put it over here because that's what I circled. That's a like term. So negative 0.65X. I draw my line. So this is going to be negative 30 cents X. Bring down the plus 2050 because that's still there. Equals, now this zeroes out, and then I have 1150 here. Okay, so now once I get this step, my like terms are the plus 2050 and then the 1150. Okay, so I got to find the inverse of plus 2050, so it's going to be minus 2050. And then I bring it over here because that's the other like term, minus 2050. Draw my line. I bring down the negative 0.30x. This is going to z out. Equals, now 1150 minus 2050 is going to be a negative $9. Okay, so now I just divide by the coefficient that's in front of my variable. So I divide by negative 0.30. I do it to both sides. Okay, this makes 1x equals, now I just got to divide negative 9 by negative 0.30. Negative 9 divided by negative 0.30. Okay, this will be x equals 30. Alright, so this is number 4. 4 is making the equation, and then 5 is solving it. So this is actually 4 and 5. 4 and 5.